Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kevin Kreuter with Youth for Christ, and with me today I have one of our wonderful campus life directors, Katherine Loans. And Katherine works with one of our middle school groups, and she also works with one of our high school groups. And there was an event that we had the privilege of hosting just a couple weeks ago with our high school students. And so, Katherine, why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so we took a group of our high schoolers to Rock the Universe, which if you don't know what Rock the Universe is, it is Universal Studios' biggest Christian music festival event. I think it's the biggest Christian music festival in Florida. It's really cool. The kids get to hear from all kinds of Christian artists that they love and know, but also get to explore the park. So that is what we did. It was super fun.
Awesome. And so this is one of our building times, which are events that we facilitate in order to have shared experiences between leaders and students. And so, Katherine, how did that play out? What were some of the desired outcomes, and how did it all work out that night?
Yeah, so I thought it went really well, especially this year. One of my favorite parts was, selfishly, that we left on time, which almost never, ever happens. But we had a great group of students who went this year. So I think that one of the biggest benefits was getting to see different students bond with one another, because they're all from high school campus life sites, but not all of them are from the same site, so they don't all know each other. And a lot of times, even if they do go to the same school, they don't know each other super well. So them getting to walk around and explore the park together was really beneficial, and I think some friendships were built and deepened, which is really cool. But also getting to have some of the kids deepen their relationships with their leaders was really beneficial. So a couple different students walked around in groups with their leaders, and also just the car ride there. On the car ride back, they all sleep. But on the car ride there, they get to have great conversations with one another and with their leaders. So those were the biggest benefits, in my opinion. It went really well.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for leading that trip.
Yeah.
I know that if you've heard a lot about Youth for Christ ministry, you tend to hear about camp or campus life, so the question might come up, well, why are you taking kids to Rock the Universe? How does that play into what you do? And when you think about the small window of time, we have kids during a high school lunch club for campus life, or even a little bit longer stretch for an after-school club for middle school, it's still, there's only so much relationship that could be built in that time frame. And so shared experiences like this just give an opportunity for those relationships to deepen, trust to be more further developed, so that students are able to hear the gospel and respond to it and allow leaders to speak into their lives and all those wonderful outcomes we want through our overall campus life ministry. So that's really cool. Hey, speaking about, that was a couple weeks ago. We've got some ministry coming up in the next week or two here. What do we have going on here?
Small groups. We have lots of small groups starting up. So within campus life itself, we always do a small group each and every week, because we talk about a different topic each and every week. So they always get to do that, depending on whether or not it's a high school or middle school site. Time in small group varies anywhere from a couple minutes to maybe 20 minutes max. But these small groups are just small group time. It's just time for an hour or longer they get to discuss whatever we're talking about in that small group. So really excited. We have a lot of them starting up.
Yeah, so we do have a lot of them. What are some of the ones we have going?
So we have Charter Small Group, which is going to be walking through our Alpha program, which starts this Friday. We have another small group for Vero Beach High School and the Freshman Learning Center, which I think is starting up on Monday. They are also going through Alpha. And then we have a small group starting up at Gifford Middle School that starts next Tuesday. And we're going to be talking about how and why to pray.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And relationships get developed with the leaders through that as well, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We usually have a few specific leaders who lead each small group, who just get to step in a little further in relationship with students, either students from their current small groups in campus life or students who aren't. And it's really cool. I love small groups. It's just such a time where, again, they're building relationship with other students, but they're also building deeper relationship with their leaders, and they're really getting to the heart of important discussion and learning more about whatever we're talking about in small group.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. I think that a lot of people, at least those that I've spoken with, tend to have a very microscopic view, if you will, of what we do through Youth for Christ ministry. Campus life is well known in the area, which is great,
yes.
But it tends to be associated just with that weekly club that meets on campus. But all of these relational ministry actions, the building times, the small groups, appointments, and other things we have going, play into that overall philosophy of ministry, so that we're moving kids forward in their ability to wrestle with the gospel message and ultimately to respond to it. And the other thing too is all of these facilitate those authentic Christ-sharing relationships that we're trying to foster with kids, because it's by having those that the other outcomes that we desire come naturally.
Yeah, that's how real fruit comes out of the ministry.
Absolutely. So that's so cool. Well, we're thankful for you tuning in, because these are ways for us to just highlight what God's doing through Youth for Christ ministry. But there's a really cool opportunity for you to find out exactly what God is doing, has been doing, and what he's leading us into in an event that we have coming up in next month.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I know.
Catherine, what do we have coming up next month?
We have Be the Story coming up, which is our annual fundraiser. It is our biggest event. It is so much fun. Great glimpse into our ministry overall.
Yeah. So first of all, save the date. Save the date, register. But Be the Story is open to everybody. It's a free event. It's only 1 hour. And it's going to be on Friday, March 20th. It's from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the evening. It's at Central Assembly right here in Vero Beach. And so we want you to register, but let me first tell you why you should register. This is really an opportunity to see what God has been doing and to invite you in to be a part of it. Catherine, what's your favorite thing about Be the Story?
Yeah, there's a lot of great elements of Be the Story, so it's hard to choose. I think my two favorites are they both relate to the students, because I love the students. But one of my favorites is seeing our high school student leaders just work so diligently behind the scenes, because they help out so much with that event. They serve water and wait on tables and throw away trash and just help with setup and cleanup and takedown. And obviously it's our biggest event, so there's a lot going on. And they just put in so much effort and so much work and are truly appreciative of the people who come, who help make campus life happen for them. So they recognize the importance of helping and volunteering, and they just really love it. They're such a great team. So yeah. I love that part of it. But I also love the students who are willing to share their stories, and just getting to hear how powerfully campus life has impacted them, how much relationship with their leader or other students or whatever it is has impacted them. It's just really cool too to see them have the courage to stand up on a stage and tell that to a couple hundred people. So yeah, it always makes me very proud of them.
Yes.
But those are my favorite parts.
That's so wonderful, and it gives just them an opportunity to give glory to God for what he's done, and it gives us an opportunity to celebrate what God has done. So that's really cool. I think same as you, there's so many things to love about Be the Story, and this is going to be our third, so we've had two now so far. I think the thing that I love the most is it's an opportunity to reward those who have partnered with us in so many wonderful ways, our financial partners, our volunteers, our church partners, our prayer warriors, all of those that in some way have contributed to the ministry. Because oftentimes in the ways that you partner, you see perhaps a glimpse of what God is doing, but you don't really get to see the big picture, as well as some of the specific stories. And so this facilitates an opportunity for us all to really get a sense for what has been accomplished together for God and his kingdom. And it also gives us an opportunity to see where God is leading, what doors he's opened, and what's the vision for this next season, this next school year, that next hill to take. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity for that. It also gives a wonderful opportunity for those that are aligned with our mission, that love the Lord, love the lost, love kids, and would be perfect partners, those that God might be calling to engage with us perhaps for the very first time. And this doesn't only give you an opportunity to see what's happening, but to be a part of what's happening in whatever way God is calling them. So those are just some of the things I love about Be the Story. And so we encourage you to be there. So if you're available, if you're in town, please take the time and be there with us. And you could register right online on our website. It's at www.yfcirc.com/Be the Story. So that's YFC as in Youth for Christ, IRC for Indian River County.com, and then /Be the Story, all one word, all lowercase. And that'll take you to our page where you'll have some information and have an opportunity to register yourself and as many guests as you'd like to bring with us. Dessert and beverages are provided, and they're pretty spectacular. Good dessert.
Good free dessert.
Free dessert. When does that happen? Man. Well, we hope you'll come and join us. And thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of what God is doing right here in Indian River County to reach 11 to 19-year-olds with the gospel. Thanks a lot.